MDC TV celebrates Black History Month. Remembering John Coltrane. Then I myself come forth for the establishing firmly of Dharma. I am born from age to age. Hamlet, North Carolina, named for its size, a rustically rural afterthought, and a junction of two major rail lines between Raleigh, D.C., New York, and Florida. An unlikely place for one to speak its name and extraordinary events in the same breathing or open one's soul to true purpose. But a sacred nexus just the same, like the rock-hewn caves of Nazareth or the snowy mountains and jewel gardens of Lumbini, where Ishwara chose again to unite with a human soul and break himself on karma's illusory wheel, to project upon finite human mind and look through human eyes, the soul eyes of John William Coltrane, Big John and Alice's big-eyed boy, before falling into slumbering forgetfulness. Look into my eyes and tell me what you see in me, pure devotion freely spoken. Falling from the privilege to poverty to practicing the E-flat alto horn, falling into our Dharma, learning his music from choral canon, radio, movies, jukeboxes, listening to bird and bebop, reaching out for euphoria, finding heroin instead, and a passport to the brain's pleasure centers, taking too many trips therein. Train gathering speed, ignoring signals, runaway train down a dark tunnel with no light at the end. Drying up debauching dopamine, exchanging euphoria for dysphoria and painful descent, not into incarnation, but hapless addiction. Falling but not finding a barely audible life string, a musica mundana, finding miles but fumbling, a funky junkie stumble, a bleak and emotionally bankrupt bottom, soiling creativity. Junkie saunter, junkie strut, haggard, macabre, and slow, brought him to his bloodless hands and knees. Making Miles dismiss him, fire him, called him irresponsible, unreliable, and undependable too. Then finding the grace to courageously kick, the strength to set his music free, wake slumbering Ishwara, flip a switch and flood the soul with redemptive light. Finding Monk, finding sober reconciliation with Miles, the twin currents of sound and light, the one attractive upward, the other affixing and downward. His soul eyes open to a clear glimpse of the true, a deep and lasting epiphanic enlightenment, coaxing through his horn a sound of pure and sublime devotion, reeking of direct intercourse with spirit, a musky pheromonal image of the divine in whole tonish soloing and modal playing, in an organic process of re-examining, redefining self and soul and sound. The truth itself doesn't have any name on it to me, and each man has to find this for himself. The rhythms of his vision ate up entire scales, played 7 or 9 notes over 2 beats, fast, cascading against the ear, resonating in the heart, blowing apart rigid harmonic frame, fusing tonicity, scalar, superimposition, and driving rhythmical pulse and passion, reaching for God, finding union, finding irfan, finding moksha, vanished the veils of light and shade, lifted every vapor of sorrow, sailed away all dawns of fleeting light, becoming one with the music, freeing himself from changes, from harmony, from mode, meter, rhythm, and time, from sounds and all attachments, slipping his mortal coil after 40 winters and exchanging his horn for samadhi, vanishing into the great myself, an inflated tear in an ocean of joy, reabsorbed, free at last, in a love supreme.